Thank you for downloading our podcast. I certainly hope that the message that I have to share with you today, I know that it will bless your life. I enjoy so much spending this time with you. Make sure that you go to all of our virtual platforms, MillicentHunterMinistries.com, and don't forget to like us at Dr. Millicent Hunter. I know that as you prepare yourself to live in faith every day, this word is going to bless you. God's goal is always to establish a relationship with you and to connect with you. That is why God allows every crisis in your life to be a vehicle that God uses to accomplish that goal in your life. Let me share with you in this life clinic today a word of wisdom. Crises is always an invitation to grow. I think I'll say that again. Problems, stresses, challenges, difficulties. Crisis is always an invitation to grow. In that situation where my friend had that challenging health experience, that challenging health attack, that heart attack, I left the trauma unit of the hospital late that night and I started my long journey home. There was dead silence in the car as I drove home alone and cautiously through the streets of my city of Philadelphia. This was my time to be alone with God. You should make sure that you don't let a day go by that you don't have your alone time with God. In that situation, I had many questions. I didn't even turn the radio on because I didn't want anything to interrupt my conversation with God. You know, I am always grateful for the private times I spend with God. I always come away with wisdom and knowledge that is absolutely life-changing. I was grateful for the time God was giving me to pray and to process and to think about the events of that difficult day. And I was even more excited about the lessons I knew that I would learn from that experience to share in this life clinic with you. I had a long ride home, at least an hour. So I had plenty of time to think and plenty of time to pray. First, I thought about how the day started out like I planned. Then in a moment and without warning, everything changed. I believe that there are no coincidences in God. Somehow, I knew that God wanted to speak something important to my heart. That is when the Lord began to make clear to me the similarities between issues of the heart and issues of hurt in our lives. I understood that God uses hurt issues to address heart issues in our lives. I think I'll say that again. I understand, and I understood then, that God uses hurt issues to address heart issues in our lives. That principle is what God wants me to share with His people. Pain and adversity, more than anything, provide the greatest opportunity for us to grow spiritually and to reconnect with God, because it prompts us to ask some very valuable questions like, God, where are you? God, what are you doing? And Lord, why is this happening to me? And after this series of podcasts, I hope it'll bring to your mind the question, Lord, what is it that you want me to learn as a result of allowing these challenges in my life? Challenges and difficulties, problems and troubles will force you to ask some hard questions that God is willing and able to answer. Sometimes what seems to be a big tragedy turns out to become the greatest blessing and the greatest good in our lives. Your present challenge can turn out to be a tremendous blessing in your life if the end result is that it draws you closer to God. If the end result is that it causes you to seek the mind of God, if the end result is that it helps you to increase your prayer life, in spite of that medical challenge, that heart attack that my friend experienced, I knew that she would survive. Yet I knew she had some work to do. We have some work to do going forward. And I thank you for the opportunity to pour into your life every time you step into the Life Clinic, where you can grow in your relationship and grow in the things of God. So remember every day, and especially this day, to live in faith every day. Thank you for listening to Dr. Millicent Hunter podcast. Thank you for allowing us to be a blessing to share these words of hope and encouragement around the world. We certainly hope that you will subscribe to drmillicent.hunter.com, where we can continue to speak into your life as you live in faith every day.